I have to sleep. Fatigue affects me. The increased speed and sense of power.
Have you heard from your family recently?
No, not really. Couriers don't seem to like delivering letters here.
That's too bad.
Not at all. It means I'm not being hounded about my progress at the college.
I wonder if a librarian at Cyrodiil leaves all the cleaning duties to a single apprentice.
Yes. There is no escaping my indomitable might. Heed my warning. Run! Fire shall cleanse this realm of you. I will melt the flesh from your bones. It's time.
The challenger is near! The challenger is near!
fingers were built for this. It's time.
The challenger is near! I smell weakness. I smell weakness. The challenger is near! I smell weakness.
What are you hiding? It's like my fingers were built for this. Quiet. It looks like I'm lost. I need to look at the map.
I wonder if the librarian at Cyrodiil leaves all the cleaning duties to a single apprentice.
Please don't bother the Archmage unless it's absolutely necessary.
Good morning.
Restoration is a perfectly valid school of magic, and don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Why are my research materials constantly disappearing?
The Midden was infested with Draugr. I didn't use the spell on them, though.
Oh, really? Waste of time, then. Simply barbaric. Now the whole thing's over and done with, so let's stop talking about it, hmm?
Please don't bother the Archmage unless it's absolutely necessary.
Yes? Need something?
There are few places where one can pursue... That incident in Saarthal was just a misunderstanding, no matter what the guards claim.
You said something about missing apprentices.
Ah, that. It's possible that they... But we've had... Arniel wondered if perhaps they'd somehow managed to get themselves lost in the Outer Realms. But I think that's giving them too much credit.
Where could they have gone?
I'm not sure. None of them were working on anything terribly dangerous. As I recall, Ysra was trying to improve flame cloak spells to better work in Skyrim's harsh environment. And then there's those... Something about using frost magic to chill the mead for a certain period of time.
What have you got for sale?
I felt it was a... So you wish to master the arcane arts?
Why did Falion leave the college?
He didn't like the Archmage. Hated dealing with him. Hated having to answer to him. Falion said he hated what this place was becoming, so he just left. Aron found a note on his desk, and that was it. I understand he settled down in Hjalmarch, and his presence there caused something of a problem. All right then.
Yes, Sarah?
What's the next mission? What do I do?
college is a bit of an oddity in Skyrim.
Yes?
It's something that's looked upon fondly here.
Good to see Skyrim still has such fine people. You give an old man hope.
Regarding the lessons,
Yes? How can I help you?
I think I'm ready to start learning something more advanced.
You are? No. Sorry, but eagerness must be tempered with caution, or else disaster is inevitable. Now keep studying.
Yes.
You've only scratched the surface.
Busy now?
Cesargo understands. You hesitate because you know Cesargo will be better than you. Very well.
Yes, Sarah?
Restoration is a perfectly valid school of magic, and don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Why are my research materials constantly disappearing?
What have you got for sale?
Spells and incantations for those with a talent to cast them. All right, then.
Mirabelle does a fine job as Master Wizard, I suppose. Still, there's always room for improvement.
What have you got for sale?
Take a look. See you around.
You are now in the Arcanaeum, of which I am in charge. It might as well be my own little plane of oblivion. Disrupt my Arcanaeum, and I will have you torn apart by angry Atronachs. Now, do you require assistance?
Can you teach me any interesting spells?
Yes, well, no. I'm here to help you with books, that's all. So, what do you want? Speak.
I see. Anything interesting I should read?
Well, well, that's what I was hoping you'd say. Here, take this. Check it out, but be careful, all right?
Yes?
Eleanor, the library is in disarray. When books are strewn about here and there, it makes it impossible to determine if a book's been checked out.
I'm sorry. It's just the professors come in here and scatter the books without any concern for the person who has to clean up. I thought it might be more efficient if I waited until the end of the day to put the books back on the shelves.
And shall I be forced to wait until the end of the day as well? I will need to have a word with Urag regarding your training. Confound it all! This page too! That makes 5 in total. This is unacceptable!
Is something the matter?
A page from one of these texts, and 4 others, torn right from the spine. I've consulted with Urog's apprentice girl, and she insisted, rather emphatically, that none of these tomes have been checked out for years. I told the girl that wouldn't preclude a thief from browsing the cases.
Mistakes happen. You shouldn't be so harsh.
I don't blame her, though. It's the head librarian's duty to keep more sensitive texts behind sealed doors. Or perhaps it's the fault of the one who trained him. In either case, the result is the same. It is as I feared. Someone has managed to steal key pages from the writings of Trectus.
Trectus, you speak of the King of Worms.
No, but I suppose the names Vanus Galerion and Menimarco are inexorably linked in the annals of history. However, as their ideals were diametrically opposed, your guess couldn't have been more wrong, even as it was so close to being right.
How is it Master Groshub made such an obvious error?
It is not an error. It's far more likely that Urag holds an opposing position regarding the substance of these texts. Not to mention a stubborn refusal to recognize that a controversial theory might actually have merit.
You carry yourself with some authority. Who are you exactly?
My name is Olivia Moronin. a former member of the Mages Guild at the Arcane University in Cyrodiil. When the guild disbanded, many of my colleagues regrouped to form the Synod. However, their objectives do not align with the tenets Galarion and the Council established when they founded the guild. Nor do they abide by the teachings we have stood by in the centuries that followed. Theirs is an organization based on cupidity and lust for power.
Do you think the Synod is responsible for the missing pages?
I have not ruled that out, although the Synod seems more interested in securing existing artifacts of power. Galarion's research, while potentially powerful, was still incomplete. There is no guarantee that any of the 5 spells can even be crafted. This is not to imply the documents are not dangerous. The secrecy of Galarion's methods are a substantial indicator of the level of risk. However, the Synod does not have the patience nor the foresight to recognize what these texts represent. Farewell.
I think the college is due for a change in leadership.
What do you know about Ancano?
Don't trust that one. He's up to something. Most here are up to something, of course, but in his case, it's not good. I haven't figured it out yet, but I will. He is rather handsome, though, isn't he?
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to see you treating any of these books poorly. Are we clear? Hundreds of years have gone into assembling this collection. It's going to stay pristine, understand?
You take your work very seriously.
Of course I do. If I didn't, most of these books would have been burned to ashes or dissolved to nothing before the Third Era. Mages need to be reminded to be careful around research materials.
This is quite an impressive library.
A mage is only as good as what he knows. I try to make sure as much knowledge is available as possible. We've been keeping this collection since the Second Era. Books have come and gone during that time, but it's mostly intact.
I read the book. What now?
Did you read it yourself? Really? Well, in that case, how about a test? All right, how about this? What did you learn from the book, huh? Go on, tell me then.
A dragon called Numinex was ravaging Skyrim back in the First Age.
Yes? What then?
Olaf used both shouts and weapons to defeat Numinex. He then became High King. The book then reminds us about points of view, accuracy of sources and biases.
Indeed. Each reader sees through different lenses, and may come away with a different reading. Clever. Now, a mage is only as good as what he knows. Remember that. I don't want to see you treating any of these books poorly. Are we clear?
It's always encouraging to see the younger generations embracing education.
Regarding the lessons.
Yes? How can I help you?
I think I'm ready to start learning something more advanced.
Yes. Excellent. Well done indeed. Now let's see. Ah, yes. The college has undertaken a fascinating excavation in the ruins of Saarthal nearby. It's an excellent learning opportunity. I suggest we meet there in a few hours and see what awaits us inside.